Start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, march.
All right, establish connection. Oh, there we go. Now it's working.
Coming to you live from a top-secret quarantined subterranean vault, it's Streamin' the Steam with John Sprocket. I used to travel the land, playing steam-powered songs with my band. But for the time it seems I've been quarantined, so now I'm just streaming the steam coming through your broadband. Streamin' the Steam is broadcast to a live audience.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Hello, thank you. Welcome to Streaming the Steam. My name is John Sprocket, the singer and songwriter for a band called The Cog is Dead. And of course, right now, well, I'm trapped underground in quarantine. Today is Thursday, April 16th, and this is episode 2 of Streaming the Steam. It's a new musical variety show that I'm just streaming out of boredom and necessity because I want to bring music and entertainment to you people. So, how you all doing? Hello. I see some people already in the chat. This is a live show, by the way. So, hi, how are you doing? Okay, we have, well, there's a lot of people. I can't keep up just at this moment, but I hope you're having a good time, despite the quarantine. We are living in, interesting times, to say the least, so, this is a nice way of making light of, something dark. And, so, as usual, I'll be doing some steampunk-related things, I'll be singing some songs, and playing a little guitar. Oh, in fact, here's that little guitar now. Would you look at that? All right. Well, good to see you all. Hello to Amelia in Poland. Hello, Daniel. Good to see you. We have Meg. Oh, Frenchy and the Punk. How's it going? In fact, Frenchy and the Punk are going to be featured on this episode. Today is the first time I'll be incorporating some guest interviews. I wanted to take this time to do these shows, not just to perform my own Cog is Dead songs, but also take this opportunity to talk to some of my friends and fellow musicians and artists who are also experiencing the same thing. We're all quarantined and the concerts are canceled, so we're all stuck at home. So, today I've got an interview, pre-recorded, with Frenchy and the Punk. They're a duo who perform all kinds of fun acoustic cabaret music. We went on tour with them, and you'll hear more about that in just a little bit. Also, I'll be checking in with The Cog is Dead's own bass guitarist, Bradley Harrington III. But for now, let's jump on in and play a little music. Grab my guitar. I think the full-size guitar works just a little better. And today, let's start things off with a song from the Cog is Dead's very first album called Steam-Powered Stories. And it goes like this. Oh, I just realized something. You know what? This song has trumpets on it. Since I don't have a trumpet, I'm going to play a little kazoo. All right, I got this position. Let's try this with the kazoo. Some time ago in a city run solely on steam, the power plant workers would rise and stick to routine, breaking their backs till their work shirts were dirty and brown. As year after year they'd work for the good of the town. As parts would get old, these men would make the repairs, changing out axles and belts with meticulous care, working their hands to the bone and slaving away. They'd press on with diligence, and as they strained you could hear them say, with our blood, sweat, and tears, and the grinding of gears, we shall slave to keep our beautiful city alive. Yes, with blood, sweat, and tears, in the passing of years, we'll expend
expend ourselves so our people may thrive. One afternoon, Frederick Worthington clocked into work. He went to his station not knowing the danger that lurked. He pulled on the lever to start up the massive machine. But deep in the workings was something he had not foreseen. The pistons were pumping as pressure began to accrue. And suddenly one of the tanks had to give, and it blew! Frederick was knocked back into an assortment of gears. And there in an instant he came to an end with his greatest fear. And with blood, sweat, and tears, and the grinding of gears, this disaster happened in front of our terrified eyes. Yes, with blood, sweat, and tears, in these premature years, Frederick met his unfortunate, wholly untimely demise. All right, now for the kazoo. Sweat and tears, we shall face what we fear. We know that it's tragic and everyone's sad that he's gone. With our blood, sweat, and tears, we'll return to our gears. The city still needs us to work, so we must carry on. With our blood, sweat, and tears, and the grinding of gears, we shall slave to keep a beautiful city alive. With our blood, sweat, and tears, and the passing of years, we'll expend ourselves so our fair people may thrive. Blood, sweat, and tears. Thank you so much. That was Blood, Sweat, and Tears from the album Steam-Powered Stories. Once again, I hope you're all doing all right. Thank you all so much for the compliments on the kazoo. When you've got to make do, play the kazoo. That may be my motto going forward. Whew, I should retune. Well, you know what? I'll retune during a video break, I think. Yeah, let's not waste any time. So, as you all know, we are all stuck at home during this quarantine. Musicians cannot go out and play shows, so musicians are relying on the support of their fans. So, we are asking for support. Let me pull up this graphic. There we go. There are various ways that you can show your support to help, because right now, in order to keep the studio up and running, obviously you've still got to pay for rent, pay for electricity, and other various expenses. So there are various ways you can show your support. For one thing, if you'd like to leave a tip, if you're enjoying the live show, you can go to cogisdead.com/tips and just leave me a tip. It helps, goes a long way. If you'd like to offer monthly support, you can go to Patreon and become a patron at patreon.com/thecogisdead. If you become a patron for as little as $1 a month, you'll actually gain early access to every Cog is Dead song that comes out. For instance, this week I released a cover of the song Believer. Now, that song was already available last week to the patrons. So if you want early access and to continue to show support, go on patreon.com/cogisdead. If you would like to buy merchandise, because that way you're supporting the band and getting a little something nice for yourself, there are many things available on the Teespring store, and I want to show you right now, for the first time, now there are Streaming the Steam products available in the Teespring store. So you can get a Streaming the Steam t-shirt, hoodie, tote bag, drinking mug. Yes, drinking mug, coffee mug. Of course, you drink from it. Of course, that's not what I have in here. I've got water. I've got to fuel the steam, you know. Water needs to make the steam, so that's...
That's how it works. And, of course, plenty of Cog is Dead swag as well. And, of course, if nothing else, watch the videos on YouTube, stream the music. Every little bit goes a long way to helping support and keep this music going. All right, well, as I've said, today, for the first time, I'll be doing some interviews. These are pre-recorded interviews I've done with various people, and I wanted to check in with the Cog is Dead's very own Bradley Harrington III to see how he's doing under this crazy time of quarantine. So I'd like to introduce the very first time this segment called the Out of Character Interview. It's called that because, well, I wanted to make these a little bit more casual conversations, so I am out of character and just being a normal civilian. That said, here's the Cog is Dead's first interview with Bradley Harrington III. All right, well now let's go live to the Cog is Dead's own bassist extraordinaire, direct from quarantine as well, Mr. Bradley Harrington III. How's it going, Bradley?
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
So, I see you're rocking the quarantine beard. You keeping yourself in isolation.
It's been 30 days, man.
Oh, it's rough.
Yeah.
So, have you been able to? Are you still working right now, or are you kind of locked up?
Yeah, I've been fortunate to be considered one of the essential employees where I work, so they've been keeping me busy.
That's good. That's good. So, I assume you're staying safe and practicing social distancing and washing your hands and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been making sure everybody's safe at work. We have the 6-foot rules in place. It smells like a hospital with how much we've been cleaning, so we're being safe.
That's good. That's good to hear. I'm pretty much locked inside the booth since my studio is set up in my house, as you know. So I rarely go outside. So I'm kind of cooped up in here and going a little insane, but we're getting by. Looking
That's
forward
good.
to a chance when we can all get together again and play some music.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'd be a possibility in the future of doing some kind of video, because we don't really have the setup to do a live performance without any lag. But I don't know. I'd consider doing that in the future if there's a way to set it up. I know Renata doesn't have any kind of setup for her drums right now, or can't even set them up at her apartment, so it's kind of an awkward time since we have to only interact online right now.
Well, soon. I'm looking forward for this all to blow over so we can start doing shows again.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish we could have all been there in Tucson last month. Originally, they wanted to book The Cog is Dead, but it was like a 3-week prior notice, and Renata was already booked for Bike Week, and there was just no way to get the whole band out on such short notice. And especially now, knowing that was the last concert for the foreseeable future, it's a shame we couldn't all have been there.
At least it went well, right?
Yeah, it went very well. And thankfully, Poison Garden, who was the headliner for the show, they're based in Italy, and they were unsure if they were even going to get back, because the day that they flew back to Italy was the day that the entire country went under lockdown. So they got back just in time to stay home and, be locked indoors. But they're all doing well from what I've heard. So
That's good.
But yeah, definitely, I'm with you. I can't wait till we can all actually get together and be on stage and play music live together again.
Yeah.
But it's really good to see you, and glad you're doing well. And I'm sure everybody watching is also glad to see that.
Yeah. It's been interesting, but we're just got to stay positive. We'll get through this.
Yep. At least we can all be unified trying to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really good to see you, and I don't know, maybe we'll have a chat again, or maybe we'll figure out some way to do some kind of online jam. And if not, either way, looking forward to getting together again in person down the road.
Yeah, definitely. I look forward to it.
Cool. Well, good to see you, Bradley. Talk to you later.
Good to see you. Good to see you, everyone. Everyone be safe. Wash your hands.
Yes, wash your hands.
Yes.
All right, bye.
All right. See ya.
And there you have it, Bradley Harrington III, alive and well, thankfully. No, the rest of the band is all doing well. So Bradley is still working, still staying safe. Renata is staying safe as well. I've been in touch with her, so thankfully we are all staying home and, kind of locked up, obviously, but doing all right, and we are looking forward to getting through this and getting back out there. Well, I did say I'd be playing a little guitar. This is not exactly a little guitar, but it's close enough. I'm going to play a song now from the album, well, the same album. I'll be playing 3 songs off the first album today. Why not? Play some old school tunes. That album now is 10 years old, if you can believe it. 2010 was when Steam-Powered Stories came out. And I honestly did not expect this many people to listen or still be listening after all these years. Thank you all so much for 10 years of support and steampunk enthusiasm. You all have been amazing. So the song I'm going to play now, it's a little light-hearted jazzy tune dedicated to all you people that can't stand those no-good cheating scumbags. Oh, lover boy, that woman's heart is not a toy. Don't play with her affections or falsify her joy. Just settle down. You better stop running around. Soon you're gonna wind up down 6 feet underground. Lover boy, that woman's heart is not a toy. You better stop at once before her spirits are destroyed. Just cut it out. Well, it's not what love's about. Still regret your actions, I know without a doubt. She's so pure and shows such sweet affections. All you do is try to please yourself. If you fail to go the right direction, I may have to beat you down myself. Lover boy, what happened to you? I'm totally throwing this off. Here we go. Just cut it out. Well, it's not what love's about. Well, you'll regret your actions, I know without a doubt. Let's go. Lover boy, what happened to your prior joy? Your lady learned the truth and now she moved to Illinois. You'll take no wife. Say hello to pain and strife. Welcome a disease that you'll be carrying for life. Well, lover boy, yeah, lover boy, finally been discovered, boy. Congratulations, lover boy. Yeah, lover boy. Oh, lover boy, well, the days are over, boy. Lover boy, that's right. Thank you so much. Oh, so someone says this is the very first Cog is Dead song that you ever heard. Wow. That's a surprising one, but that's awesome. It's one of those ones that has kind of a mixed reaction. Some people love it, some people hate it. Some people are indifferent. I guess those are the 3 different emotions you can feel toward a song. But it's one that I've always enjoyed. I've always liked the sort of lighthearted, silly songs. I know a lot of fans enjoy the darker songs, which I absolutely love as well. But I'm a fan of fun music and whimsical things. So, as I say, The Cog is Dead is a musical roller coaster ride. We take you from the dark lows to the high highs and everything in between. Because that's life, really. Life is a roller coaster ride. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meg. Meg says she loves the song. I'm going to... one of these days, I need to find a way to keep up with the chat without any slow periods in between. Thank you so much. Mystical Millwood again, who says that they listen to it almost on repeat. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I think we need to move right along because it is time for a word from our sponsor.
Oh.
What's wrong, Harry?
Oh, my dentures are loose again.
Isn't there a denture adhesive that actually works?
Did someone say dentures?
The cog is dead?
That's right, my youthfully challenged friend, and we have just what you need.
Fix-it?
Yes, Fix-it. It adjusts to the contours of your dentures and gums, forming a powerful seal for the best hold ever.
Wow! I can eat corn again!
And so can you!
Thanks, Fix-it!
So prepare for comfort, prepare for food, and prepare for your dentures with Fix-it new paste. It's good! Prepare for your dentures with Fix-it.
Welcome back. That It's a little bit embarrassing. I'm sorry. I'm contractually obligated to show that advertisement. Back in the 90s, we desperately needed the money, and yeah, that's work is work, right? I think we can all relate to needing the work. Let's forget we saw that and move right along. I'm going to play a song. It's upbeat. This one was requested. It is a sort of a ska, but more rock. So I don't know. I'd say this song is putting the punk in steampunk. This song is called Dr. Franklin. It's about a scientist that invents a bunch of giant killer robots, which seems appropriate for some reason. 1, 2, 3, go! Our town had a scientist who promised us he would assist with all our little everyday affairs. He built a assistant robot man who towered 25 foot 10, said that they would meet our every care. But his motives were ulterior. He felt we were inferior. Very much to our surprise, the metal helpers terrorized. Oh, Dr. Franklin, won't you get your robots out of here? Life's been awful since they have arrived. Please, Dr. Franklin, we sure love for them to disappear. We just wanna make it out alive. Massive robots came to town, blowing up and tearing down, seeing how much havoc they could wreak. There's panic in the city streets as people run from metal feet. The situation's looking pretty bleak. Well, perhaps if everybody goes, grabs the nearest fire hose, we'll soak these things and let them rust, and leave these monsters in the dust. Oh, Dr. Franklin, won't you get your robots out of here? Life's been awful since they have arrived. Please, Dr. Franklin, won't you get to make it disappear? We just wanna make it out alive. Let's go! Oh yeah! Dr. Franklin, won't you get your robots out of here? Don't sit there looking sorry in defeat. Please, Dr. Franklin, we'd love for them to disappear. They don't look pretty piled in the streets. 1, 2, 3, 4! Dr. Franklin, won't you get your robots out of here? We'd love for you to have them out by 5. That's right. Please, Dr. Franklin, we'd sure love for them to disappear. We just want to go about our lives. And that was the story of Dr. Franklin. Apparently the kazoo is now officially a new member of the Cog is Dead. That's what I'm seeing in the comments. So thank you. All right, so you all are digging the kazoo. I don't want to overuse it. I might use it one more time today, though. Ooh, yes, I definitely need to retune. Okay. So, one more thing to mention, of course, is, as I've said earlier, because we are quarantined, I am heavily depending on your support and tips. So if you would like to leave any tips for this performance, if you are enjoying it, feel free to leave $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel comfortable with. The Cog is Dead at cogisdead.com/tips. That is the virtual tip jar. All right. Well, speaking of support, I want to take a moment and share this interview with you, with my friends. As I said, this is the first of many interviews with steampunk musicians in the steampunk music scene and people that we have met along the way on our time-traveling voyages and playing music all across the United States over the past few years. So, without further ado, here is the out-of-character interview. All right, so joining me today on the Out of Character interview are some friends of mine that I've known for 8 years now. We've been on tour together, and you may know them from several steampunk events. Ladies and gentlemen, here are Frenchy and the Punk.
Hi, I'm Samantha, or Frenchy. Je suis la française of Frenchy and the Punk.
And I'm Scott, or the Punk of Frenchy and the Punk.
So you all holding up all right in the time of quarantine?
Yep. We're home. We're doing our thing, even though usually we're out on the road. But it's kind of a shift.
It's a shift. Yeah, we are doing the thing of, like, washing the hands and staying home and not really going out that much. We've had some stuff delivered, so we're keeping our our travel, going to stores and stuff way down to zero.
Yeah.
And when we're not, doing that stuff, which isn't a lot of time, I feel like the live streaming, we've been doing live stream concerts from Bat Frog headquarters here in New York. It takes up a lot of time. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We build sets in our basement with whatever stuff we have around, and I didn't think it would be so much work. It's intense.
We're super busy, which is good in a way, I guess, because it's such a strange and stressful time. So it's really keeping us busy doing the live streaming.
And for anyone who is not really familiar with your music or your act, you want to tell everyone a little bit about what Frenchy and the Punk is?
Well, in 2005, I was hanging out with Scott, and he was doing a solo gig in a bar, and I had a couple of glasses of wine. There was a tambourine on the floor, and I picked it up, and I started doing some tambourine.
This is true, actually.
Yeah, that's actually exactly how it started. But we had known each other for years, and he had already left the punk scene when we met. He's an old punk rocker, and I just loved his music and started doing percussion. So it was a very kind of neo-medieval kind of
thing
acoustic guitars, in the beginning.
Kind of an organic thing, like Samantha was saying, I grew up playing punk rock and some speed metal kind of stuff. And I had parents that were into gypsy jazz, and so did Samantha. So you kind of put that like Django Reinhardt and Johnny Ramone kind of thing together.
It's the sound has kind of changed and evolved through the years. And we did a lot in the beginning. We were doing a lot of pagan festivals. Then we started doing a lot of fairy festivals. And then we got kind of scooped up by the steampunk community. So we're doing tons of steampunk events all over the country.
That's where we met you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just, it's constantly evolving.
And it's a fun show. I've seen you several times, and it's high energy, acoustic cabaret, and drums, and which is I guess what you're doing on your live streams as well.
Actually we're doing them all themed. So the first one was kind of like a tipping of the hat to the pagan community, and then the second one was a tipping of the hat to the fairy festival community, and then last week was Cogs and
Bat Frogs.
Yeah. So that was a tipping of the hat to the steampunk community. And then next week is an all French, parce que je suis française. Alors il faut absolument qu'on fasse un show en français. So next week is all French. The French tunes that we do. Because I also write in French. Because I'm originally from France, hence Frenchy and the Punk, because he used to do the...
Makes sense, doesn't it?
It makes perfect sense. Well, if anyone out there would like to tune in and see you, as well as check out your website, or if you have any way that they can support you, why don't you just let them know where they can find you?
We have a Patreon page, and that's patreon.com/FrenchyandthePunk. Of course, our website, FrenchyandthePunk.com. And YouTube is where we'll be streaming the concerts.
Yes.
Of course, the obligatory Facebook page, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter.
Because like everybody, all our shows, this is actually our livelihood. This is all we do is play music for our life. And all of our shows, like every musician, they've all been canceled. March,
our
April,
UK
May,
tour,
May,
gone.
We were supposed to tour the UK in May, So we're the live streaming is really great. There's a tip jar that people can tip us on our website. There's also a Venmo address at Frenchy and the Punk. All that stuff is on our website, and we super appreciate our fans' support because I don't know what we would do with, it's like life has stopped.
But yeah, this is how it is for musicians. I mean, we depend on our audience and our fans to support us, and we depend on playing live music and having that interaction. So Even if we can't leave the house, we know this is how we're making it happen right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, how fortunate are we that we have technology that we can actually bring this stuff to people? I mean, it's otherwise we'd have to rent a flatbed and just set up a PA and just drive around and play on the street. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Maybe we'll do that too.
Maybe we should do that.
Either way, you find what works.
Yeah.
It is really good to see your faces again, and hopefully we'll get to see each other in person again before too long at some point. And
we'll have to do another train tour or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Back in 2013, we took the Amtrak all across the country with it was Frenchy the Punk, Cog is Dead, This Way to the Egress.
Yeah. Yep. That was pretty wild.
That was the crazy train.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, Scott and Samantha, thank you so much for joining me just to talk a little bit, and stay home, stay safe, and keep on playing the music. Good to see you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Scott and Samantha from Frenchy the Punk for joining me on Streaming the Steam. If you'd like to support them, feel free to go check out their various websites that you've seen in the video. So that is the first of many interviews that are going to be lined up for the next few weeks. I see some suggestions already for interviews, and you may see some of those people sooner than you think. But I'm trying to interview as many steampunk musicians as I can, as well as other artists that are in the circuit that we've been in. Well, I am going to play one more song for today, but one more time, it's time for... Wait, did I hit the button? What did I do? Ha-ha! Merchandising! All right. Just one last time, wanted to mention the merchandise you can get on Teespring. Teespring.com/store/thecogIsDead. You can get Streaming the Steam merchandise and, of course, Cog is Dead merchandise. Get it, wear it, enjoy it. It's fun. Yeah. All right. Enough of that awkwardness. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this show. I will be back again next week. My scheduled guest for next week is Captain Robert of Abney Park, so look forward to having a good chat with him. And until then, let me play a little song. And yes, Frederick is back. Someone has officially named this Frederick the Kazoo, so I might as well work him in. All right. Well, as I've said, this will be the last show of the day. Thank you for joining me on Streaming the Steam, and let's get on to it. Oh, Mr. Hamilton, what have you done? Look at this terrible trend you've begun. You make me sick, you contemptible dog. I blame you for the death of the cog. Clocks used to be such magnificent things, beautiful sprockets and dazzling springs, but you gave the people your digital beast, and in turn now our gears are deceased. How things have changed from when I was a boy. Clockwork would tick and would bring me much joy, but with your advent there's no need to wind. Everything charming has been left behind. Oh, Mr. Hamilton, you dirty fiend, your modern timepiece is cruel and obscene. I was a lover of gears great and small. They all were my friends and you murdered them all. Is that working? That's kind of annoying, I think. How could a person commit such a crime? The murder immaculate keepers of time. Why should a person so foul get away? Hamilton, you're gonna pay! So, Mr. Hamilton, just watch your back. Hide all those digital clocks on your rack. They'll soon end up smashed to bits in a bog, because you cause the death of the much, ladies and gentlemen. I am John Sprocket, and this has been Streaming the Steam. Have a wonderful night, a wonderful week, and I'll see you all next week when my guest is Captain Robert of Abney Park. Good night, everybody! I said good night.
We're clear.
Great. Okay. It's going to be a crazy year.